Suffering has been stronger than all other teaching, and has taught me to understand what your heart used to be. I have been bent and broken, but I hope, into a better shape. It was one of those March days, when the sun shines hot, and the wind blows cold, when it is summer in the light, and winter in the shade. Every traveler has a home of his own, and he learns to appreciate it, the more from his wandering. Procrastination is the thief of time, collar him. I loved her against reason, against promise, against peace, against hope, against happiness, against all discouragement that could be. There is nothing in the world so irresistibly contagious as laughter and good humor. There are books of which the backs and covers are, by far, the best parts. Have a heart that never hardens, and a temper that never tires, and a touch that never hurts. A wonderful fact to reflect upon, that every human creature is constituted to be that profound secret and mystery to every other. We need never be ashamed of our tears. What greater gift than the love of a cat? You have been the last dream of my soul. Never close your lips to those whom you have already opened your heart. It is a far, far better thing that I do than I have ever done. It is a far, far better rest that I go to than I have ever known. In a word, I was too cowardly to do what I knew to be right, as I had been too cowardly to avoid doing what I knew to be wrong. To conceal anything from those to whom I am attached is not in my nature. I can never close my lips where I have opened my heart. Reflect upon your present blessings, of which every man has many, not on your past misfortunes, of which all men have some. Heaven knows, we need never be ashamed of our tears, for they are rain upon the blinding dust of earth, overlying our hard hearts. I was better after I had cried than before, more sorry, more aware of my own ingratitude, more gentle. There was a long hard time when I kept far from me the remembrance of what I had thrown away, when I was quite ignorant of its worth. No one is useless in this world who lightens the burdens of another. The pain of parting is nothing to the joy of meeting again. It is a fair, even-handed, noble adjustment of things, that while there is infection in disease and sorrow, there is nothing in the world so irresistibly contagious as laughter and good humor. And here you see me working out, as cheerfully and thankfully as I may, my doom of sharing in the glass, a constant change of customers, and of lying down and rising up, with the skeleton allotted to me for my mortal companion. It was the best of times, it was the worst of times. In a word, it was impossible for me to separate her, in the past, or in the present, from the innermost life of my life. The great grindstone, earth, had turned, when Mr. Lorry looked out again, and the sun was red on the courtyard, but the lesser grindstone stood alone, there in the calm morning air, with red upon it that the sun had never give, and would never take away. And what's the best of all, you've been more comfortable alonger me, since I was under a dark cloud, than when the sun shone. That's best of all. Love her, love her, love her. If she favors you, love her. If she wounds you, love her. If she tears your heart to pieces, and as it gets older and stronger, it will tear deeper, love her, love her, love her. And yet, I have had the weakness, and have still the weakness, to wish you to know, with what a sudden mastery you kindled me, heap of ashes that I am, into fire. The broken heart. You think you will die, but you just keep living, day after day, after terrible day. Pause, you who read this, and think for a moment, of the long chain of iron or gold, of thorns or flowers, that would never have bound you, but for the formation of the first link, on one memorable day. Spring is the time of year, when it is summer in the sun, and winter in the shade. So, throughout life, our worst weaknesses and meannesses are usually committed, for the sake of the people whom we most despise. I must be taken as I have been made, The success is not mine, the failure is not mine, but the two together make me. I looked at the stars, and considered how awful it would be for a man to turn his face up to them, as he froze to death, and see no help or pity in all the glittering multitude. In the little world, in which children have their existence, whosoever brings them up, there is nothing so finely perceived, and so finely felt as injustice. We changed again, and yet again, and it was now too late, and too far to go back, and I went on. And the mists had all solemnly risen now, and the world lay spread before me. Take nothing on its looks, take everything on evidence, there is no better rule. I am what you designed me to be, I am your blade, you cannot now complain, if you also feel the hurt. I stole her heart away, and put ice in its place,